بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. التسجيل 39 من كتاب 1300 قانون في الرياضيات. The general solution is I t equal C1 e power R1 t, I t equal C1 e power R1 t, I t equal C1 e power R1 t plus C2 e power R2 t plus C2 e power R2 t plus C2 e power R2 t plus A sin omega t minus phi plus A sin omega t minus phi plus A sin omega t minus phi, where R12 equal minus R plus minus root R square minus 4L on C R square minus 4L on C R square minus 4L on C all on 2L A equal omega E0 A equal omega E0 all on root L omega square minus 1 on C all square L omega square minus 1 on C all square L omega square minus 1 on C all square plus R square omega square plus R square omega square plus R square omega square. Phi equal arctan L omega on R minus 1 on R C omega L omega on R minus 1 on R C omega L omega on R minus 1 on R C omega. C1 C2 are constants depending on initial conditions. C1 C2 are constants depending on initial conditions. C1 C2 are constants depending on initial conditions. Some partial differential equations. 1181 The Laplace equation. Partial derivative square u on partial derivative x square. Partial derivative square u on partial derivative x square. Partial derivative square u on partial derivative x square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square equal 0. Applies to potential energy function. Applies to potential energy function u x y for a conservative u x y for a conservative force field in the xy plane partial differential equations of this type are called elliptic. 1182 The height equation. Partial derivative square u on partial derivative x square. Partial derivative square u on partial derivative x square. Partial derivative square u on partial derivative x square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square equal partial derivative u on partial derivative t equal partial derivative u on partial derivative t equal partial derivative u on partial derivative t. Applies to the temperature distribution uxy applies to the temperature distribution uxy applies to the temperature distribution uxy in the xy plane when heat is allowed to flow when heat is allowed to flow from warm areas to cold ones the equations of this type are called parabolic 1183 the wave equation partial derivative square u on partial derivative x square partial derivative square u on partial derivative x square partial derivative u square u on partial derivative x square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square plus partial derivative square u on partial derivative y square equal partial derivative square u on partial derivative t square equal partial derivative square u on partial derivative t square equal partial derivative square u on partial derivative t square applies to the displacement uxy of the vibrating membranes and other wave functions the equations of this type are called hyperbolic. Chapter 11 series arithmetic series initial term A1 nth term AN difference between successive terms D difference between successive terms D number of terms in the series N number of terms in the series N sum of the first n terms Sn sum of the first n terms Sn sum of the first n terms Sn 1148 AN equal AN minus 1 plus D AN minus 1 plus D AN minus 1 plus D equal AN2 minus 2D equal AN minus 2 plus 2D equal AN minus 2 plus 2D equal A1 plus N minus 1D A1 plus N minus 1D A1 plus N minus 1D 1185 A1 plus AN equal A1 plus AN equal A1 plus AN equal A2 plus AN minus 1 A2 plus AN minus 1 A2 plus AN minus 1 equal AI plus AN plus 1 minus I AI plus AN plus 1 minus I AI plus AN plus 1 minus I 1186 AI equal AI minus 1 plus AI plus 1 AI minus 1 plus AI plus 1 AI minus 1 plus AI plus 1 all on 2 1187 SN equal A1 plus AN on 2 A1 plus AN on 2 A1 plus AN on 2 by N equal to A1 plus N minus 1 by D equal to A1 plus N minus 1 by D equal to A1 plus N minus 1 D all on 2 by N all on 2 by N all on 2 by N. Geometric series initial term A1 initial term A1 initial term A1 nth term AN nth term AN nth term AN common ratio Q number of terms in the series N number of terms in the series N number of terms in the series N sum of the first n terms Sn sum of the first n terms Sn sum of the first n terms Sn sum of infinity S sum to infinity S sum to infinity S sum to infinity S 1188 AN equal Q N minus 1 Q N minus 1 Q N minus 1 equal A1 Q power N minus 1 equal A1 Q power N minus 1 equal A1 Q power N minus 1 1189 A1 AN equal A1 AN equal A1 AN equal A2 AN minus 1 A2 AN minus 1 A2 AN minus 1 equal AI N wait AI N plus 1 minus I AI N plus 1 minus I AI N plus 1 minus I 1190 I equal root AI equal root I minus 1 I plus 1 I minus 1 I plus 1 I minus 1 I plus 1 1191 SN equal ANQ minus A1 ANQ minus A1 ANQ minus A1 on Q minus 1 on Q bar minus 1 on Q bar minus 1 on Q bar minus 1 equal A1 Q bar N minus 1 equal A1 Q bar N minus 1 equal A1 Q bar N minus 1 on Q minus 1 on Q minus 1 on Q minus 1 1192 S equal lim Sn when n tend to infinity S equal lim Sn when n tend to infinity S equal lim Sn when n tend to infinity equal A1 on 1 minus Q equal A1 on 1 minus Q equal A1 on 1 minus Q for absolute Q less than 1 for absolute Q less than 1 for absolute Q less than 1 the sum S converges the sum S converges the sum S converges as n tend to infinity as n tend to infinity as n tend to infinity some finite series number of terms in the series n, number of terms in the series n, number of terms in the series n. 1193 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n equal 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n equal 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n equal n plus 1 on 2 n plus 1 on 2 n plus 1 on 2. 1194 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2n equal 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2n equal 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2n equal n plus 1 n plus 1 n plus 1. 1195 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2n minus 1 equal 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2n minus 1 equal 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2n minus 1 equal n square n square n square. 1196 k plus 1 k plus 1 k plus 1 plus k plus 2 plus k plus 2 plus k plus 2 plus 2 plus k plus n minus 1 plus k plus n minus 1 plus k plus n minus 1 equal n 2k plus n minus 1 on 2 equal n 2k plus n minus 1 on 2 equal n by 2k plus n minus 1 on 2. 1197 r square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus n square equal r square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus n square equal r square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus n square equal n plus 1 by 2n plus 1 n plus 1 by 2n plus 1 n plus 1 by 2n plus 1 all on 6 all on 6 all on 6. 1198 a cube plus 3 plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus n cube equal a cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus n cube equal a cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus n cube equal n by n plus 1 on 2 all square n by n plus 1 on 2 all square n by n plus 1 on 2 all square. 1199 1 square plus 2 square plus 5 square plus 2n minus 1 all square equal 1 square plus 3 square plus 5 square plus 2n minus 1 all square equal 1 square plus 3 square plus 5 square plus 2n minus 1 all square equal n by 4 n square minus 1 on 3 n by 4 n square minus 1 on 3 n by 4 n square minus 1 on 3. 1200 1 cube plus 3 cube plus 5 cube plus 2n minus 1 all cube equal 1 cube plus 3 cube plus 5 cube plus 2n minus 1 all cube equal 1 cube plus 3 cube plus 5 cube plus 2n minus 1 all cube equal n square by 2n square minus 1 n square by 2n square minus 1 n square by 2n square minus 1 read n square by 2n square minus 1. 1201 1 plus 1 on 2 plus 1 on 4 plus 1 on 8 1 plus 1 on 2 plus 1 on 4 plus 1 on 8 1 plus 1 on 2 plus 1 on 4 plus 1 on 8 plus 1 on 2 power n plus 1 on 2 power n plus 1 on 2 power n plus equal to plus equal to plus equal to. 1202 1 on 1 by 2 plus 1 on 1 by 2 plus 1 on 1 by 2 plus 1 on 2 by 3 plus 1 on 2 by 3 plus 1 on 2 by 3 plus 1 on 3 by 4 plus 1 on 3 by 4 plus 1 on 3 by 4 plus 1 on n plus 1 plus 1 on n plus 1 plus 1 on n plus 1 plus equal 1 plus equal 1 plus equal 1. 1203 1 plus 1 on 1 factory plus 1 plus 1 on 1 factory plus 1 plus 1 on 1 factory plus 1 on 2 factory 1 on 1 2 factory 1 on 2 factory plus 1 on 3 factory plus 1 on 3 factory plus 1 on 3 factory plus 1 on plus 1 on plus 1 on n minus 1 factory n minus 1 factory n minus 1 factory plus equal e plus equal e plus equal e. Infinite series sequence an sequence an sequence an first term a1 first term a1 first term a1 nth term an nth term an nth term an. Infinite series هذا 1204 infinite series sum from n equal 1 to infinity an sum from n equal 1 to infinity an sum n from n equal 1 to infinity an equal a1 plus a2 plus equal a1 plus a2 plus equal a1 plus a2 plus plus an plus plus an plus plus an plus. 1205 nth partial sum nth partial sum Sn equal sum from n equal 1 to n sum from n equal 1 to n sum from n equal 1 to n an equal a1 plus a2 plus plus an a1 plus a2 plus plus an a1 plus a2 plus plus an. 1206 convergence of infinite series sum from n equal 1 to infinity an equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity an equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity an equal L equal L if lim Sn when n tend to infinity equal L if lim Sn when n tend to infinity equal L if lim Sn when n tend to infinity equal L. 1207 nth term test if the series sum from n equal 1 to infinity an from n equal 1 to infinity an from n equal 1 read sum from n equal 1 to infinity an sum from n equal 1 to infinity an sum from n equal 1 to infinity an is convergent then lim an when n tend to infinity equal 0 then lim an when n tend to infinity equal 0 then lim an when n tend to infinity equal 0 if lim an when n tend to infinity non equal 0 if lim an when n tend to infinity non equal 0 if lim an when n tend to infinity non equal 0 then the series is divergent when then the series is divergent properties of convergent series sum when from n equal 1 to infinity an equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity an equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity n equal a. Sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn equal b. Sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn equal b. Sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn equal b. Real number C, real number C, real number C. 1208 sum from n equal 1 to infinity, sum from n equal 1 to infinity, sum from n equal 1 to infinity, n plus bn, n plus bn, n plus bn, equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, plus sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, plus sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, plus sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, equal a plus b, equal a plus b, equal a plus b. 1209 sum from n equal 1 to infinity cn equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity cn equal sum from n equal 1 to infinity cn equal c sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, c sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, c sum from n equal 1 to infinity n equal cr equal cr equal cr. Convergence tests, convergence tests, convergence tests. 1210 the comparison test, the comparison test, the comparison test. Let sum from n equal 1 to infinity n. Let sum from n equal 1 to infinity n. Let sum from n equal 1 to infinity n. And sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn. And sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn. And sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn. Be serious such that, be serious such that, be serious such that n bigger than 0 less than equal bn. n bigger than 0 less than equal bn. n bigger than 0 less than equal bn. For all n, for all n, for all n. If sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, if sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, if sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn is convergent, then is convergent, then is convergent, then sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, sum from n equal 1 to infinity n is also convergent, is also convergent, is also convergent. If sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, if sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, if sum from n equal 1 to infinity n is divergent, then is divergent, then is divergent, then sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn is also divergent, is also divergent, is also divergent. 1211 the limit comparison test, the limit comparison test, the limit comparison test. Let sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, let sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, let sum from n equal 1 to infinity n, and sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, and sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn, and sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn. Be serious such that, be serious such that, be serious such that n and bn, n and bn, n and bn are positive for all n, are positive for all n, are positive for all n. If lim n on bn when n tend to infinity, if lim n on bn when n tend to infinity, lim, right, if lim an on bn when n tend to infinity, bigger than 0 less than infinity, bigger than 0 less than infinity, bigger than 0 less than infinity. Then sum from n equal 1 to infinity n. Then sum from n equal 1 to infinity n. Then sum from n equal 1 to infinity n. And sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn. And sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn. And sum from n equal 1 to infinity bn are either both, convergent or both divergent, convergent or both divergent, convergent or both divergent. صلى الله تبارك وتعالى على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين.